Hey guys, Mr. Graves here. I'm doing the third video on translations. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this off on my side, my title, translations. Now, when something's a translation, guys, it's essentially a slide, right? So if I'm sliding a figure, I'm going two ways. I'm going left, well, actually it's four ways: left, right, up, and down. So for this one here, if I'm going left, just go ahead and slide over, pun intended. If I'm going to the left, whatever the X number is, I'm subtracting that. So if it says I'm going left 5, I'm going to subtract X minus 5, right? If I'm going right, say if I'm going right 7, I'm going to do X plus 7. Because again, the reason why I'm doing the X numbers plus or minus is because when I go left or right, that means I'm going left or right on the X axis. Now, if I go down, say 2, I'm going to subtract my Y number by 2. And see if I'm going up 3, I'm going to add 3 to my Y number. Now, when I say to my Y number, obviously I mean in the form of X and Y as ordered pairs. So let's do an example of that. Say if I am going to use two colors, right? I'm going to use the X numbers in red. So it's 5 units to the right. Oops. So that means I'm going to have to do whatever the X number is, I'm going to add 5 to it, right? And then I'm going to do my Y number. It says Y goes 1 up. When you need up, so I'm going to have to add 5 to whatever my Y number is. So they gave us an ordered pair, specifically a set of triangles, a triangle GBT. So I'm going to write the ordered pairs of G, of B, and T, right? So G looks like its ordered pair is -3, 1. My B is also at X is -3, but it's all the way down to -5. Wow. And my T is at -1, comma -1. So I'm going to now apply my transformation. So to do that, I'm going to circle the numbers I'm applying. So all my X numbers I'm going to circle in red, right? So I'm going to have a new set of ordered pairs. Let me use I'm going to use G. So I'm going to have new order for G, for B, and for T. So for those numbers there, I circled in red. I'm going to add 5 to it because my transformational rule is +5. So -3 plus 5 is going to be a +2. Same with the B. I'm going to have -3 plus 5 is also a +2. But my new T is going to be -1 plus 5, which is going to be a +4. Now, my Y numbers, I'm just going to be adding 1 to them. So I'm going to circle all my Y numbers in purple. So that way you guys can follow along how I'm doing it, right? So -1 plus 1 is 2. My new B is going to be -5 plus 1, which is -4. And my new T is -1 plus 1, which is 0. So let me plot, this is my answer here. So this is my new ordered pair I'm going to be messing with. Just like this one here was my old ordered pair I was messing with. So let me go ahead and graph all of that in blue. 2, 2 is over here. My new G. Then 2, -4 is here. That's my new T. Oh, sorry, not my new T. That's my new B. And then my new T is at 4, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll just connect them. And just like that, I am done. And I have translated just as I should. Okay, let me do another one on this page. I don't want to do all of them because I'm just not going to have enough space. Let me do number 4. So there's a different. Let's look what we have to do. Okay, let's do that one. That's fine. Number 4. So number 4 here, I'm going to select 2 different colors. I'm going to do green here. So that's going to be x plus 5. Whatever my x number is, I'm going to add 5 to it. Then this one is going to be 2 units up, right? So I'm going to do y plus 2. So let me do that. My ordered pairs I'm messing with, right? These are my old ones. I'm going to have I, E, and X. So I is going to be -4, -3, right? Then I'm going to have the E is going to be -3, -3. X is going to be -4, -1. So let's apply our rule to our transformation. Here are my new points. New I, new E, my new X. I'm going to add 5 to all the X numbers first. So -4 plus 5 is 1. -3 plus 5 is a +2. And then for my X, -4 plus 5 is still 1. Now my Y numbers, I'm going to add 2 to that because that's my transformation rule. So -3 plus 2 is -1. -3 plus 2 is -1 as well. And -1 plus 2 is also a +1, which that's right. Shouldn't it? -3 plus 2 is -1, yeah. -3 plus 2. Yep. Yep. Now let me go ahead and plot those. 1, -1 is right here. This is my new letter I. I'm going to have 2, -1. Really? Close, right? Oh, it's +2. I'm sure that's right. -3. That's not right. 4 plus 5 is 1. Something's wrong here. If that's okay, I'll just have to do it that way then. So I'm gonna write it on the other side. Give myself more room. 2 -1s here. It's gonna be my new E. And new X is 1, 1. That's okay. I see. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Bam and bam. And just like that, I have moved that. So those ones are pretty easy, right? Right now, if it's to the left, I think do I have enough room? Yeah, I have enough room. Just gotta slide some stuff over. Right over here. Remember, for slide is going right. So if it's right, it's going to be X plus. If it's left, it's going to be X minus. Up, Y plus. Down, Y minus. There we go. So let me do one more and then I'll give it up. So here is going to be 1 unit to the left. So it's going to be x minus 1. Then when I go 2 units up, right, so that's going to be y plus 2. So here my ordered pairs I'm messing with. I'm going to have to erase all of this right here because it's getting very messy. There we go. So here are my old ordered pairs for number 2. I'm dealing with y, g, and m. So y looks like it's at negative 3, 0. G is at 0, comma, negative 2. And m is at negative 3, negative 4. So I'm going to have my new set of points. So my new ordered pairs are going to be for a new y, a new g, and a new m. So my x's, I'm going to subtract 1 from them. So negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. And my new m is negative 3 minus 1, which is still negative 4. Then my x numbers, I'm going to have to add 2 to them. So my y numbers, I have to add 2 to them. So 0 plus 2 is going to be 2. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. And then a negative 4 plus 2 is negative 2. So I add them up. Negative 4 and 2 is up here. That's my new y number. Then negative 1, 0. That's my new g number. See, I'm doing the same color. And m is negative 4, negative 2. Oops. What am I putting it there for? No, so I just connected dots. And we're good to go. So that's all there is to do that on that first page. Hopefully that made perfect sense for everyone. I'm going to go to the second page now where I have to write the rules of the transformation. So there's 2 ways to do these typically, okay? You can do it by hand, and I think that's the way a lot of us are going to do it, is just by hand, right? So specifically, all you need to do is look at one letter, compare them. I'm going to compare Z, which is the old right here, right? And then Z prime, which is the new. So this is the new, this is the old. This is the new. So the new point was at 1, 5. So the old point was at 1, 5. And the new point now is at 3, 4. So my hunch is that the x, they went to the right 3, so they added 2. They went to the right 2, and the y looks like it went down 1. So let's see that. I'm gonna do the transformation. The x is gonna be in this color, in red. So it looks like I went to the right 2. So let's look at that. Yep, I did go right 2. And the purple here means I went down 1 because it says minus 1. Yep, it looks like it did. It looks like it did. So that's my transformation. On number 7, the transformation or the translation was right 2 down 1. And I had my answer right here. Let me do another one. Number 10, the bottom right side. So I'm going to compare again, just like I did before. two numbers, right? I'm gonna compare A, which is the old. Then I'm gonna compare the new. But this time I'm actually gonna take it up a step further, actually. I'm just gonna, there we go, old and new, just like that. We have an L, A prime, L, and P, right? Oops. L prime and P prime. So looking at the points on the points for the two figures, A is at 4, 3, looks like. L is at 0, 2. And P is at 3, -1. And then my new ones for my A is at 5, 0. L is at 1, -1. And P is at -4, -4. So let me look at my translations, and I'm going to do, say, my translation. It looks like I'm just adding 1 every time. I just got a red email. So I'm going to circle my X numbers. Looks like the X number, I'm adding 1 every time, right? Ooh, oh, careful, careful. P is 3, 1. Oh, sorry, that shouldn't be -4. That should be a +4. Sorry, that's why I was like looking myself crazy. Yeah. So this one is going to the right one. And then here are the Y numbers. So it looks like it's shifting to the left 3. So not at left, sorry, it's going down 3. So this is going to be down 3. And I'm right, because 3 minus 3 is 0. 2 minus 3 is -1, and -1 minus 3 is -4. So this is my translation right here. My translation. And this is my video, folks. I'm done with the video. Please, hope this helped you guys out. As always, you can always book me for tutorials if you need me, and I'll see you guys on the Mad Blitz on Monday. Take care.